What is going on, my fit fam? So, we are back. What day is it? Jesus. It's arm day. Okay, I got really confused. I was going to do a spur of the moment thing and like take some equipment out to the park, and I was just sitting here thinking like I don't want to do that. I just want to get this arm day in. Excuse me. Got some of that ish in me, but it is an arm day. I don't know exactly what we're gonna attack here. I feel like we've been doing a lot of overhead pressing recently, so I feel fine as far as shoulders go, just getting some like flies in, like front, or not flies, raises. So like front raises, side raises. And again, I might even just skip the front raises, just do side raises and rear delt raises, because that's really all I need. I might do that because there's a rear delt. I want to do some rear delt flies, and I do want to go ahead and do some, there's a side delt fly machine in there that I want to get after. I'm starting to realize too, I haven't been taking any allergy medication for like the past 2 weeks, so I think that's what's really kind of been getting me. Not to mention like the weather change, it's getting colder and colder here. If you guys don't know, you're not from Arkansas, people from Arkansas know, but our weather is just crazy. It can be blistering hot. It can be freaking rainy as hell, cold as hell. It's crazy. So like, it's one of those things, like we actually have a later winter, late-ish winter. So our winter's just now kind of like, it's not even started yet. That's the thing. It's not even really started yet. It's just starting to get cold. Ours will probably start like closer to Christmas time. And then it won't end till like, I've seen our winters go like into March, dude, like halfway through March before. So it just depends, you know? So, it does get really cold. And because of that, I think my sinuses have been kind of like closing up. Cause I have felt like there's been a balloon in my fucking head the past like week and a half. So I think that's what it is more than anything, but I don't know. I feel pretty good today. Very hydrated. I think I finally recovered from eating all that shit this weekend. Like, full disclosure, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Had some gas last night. Like some crazy gas. Like crazy. Fucking rocket fuel, dude. But like, I say that because like, I felt so much better. Like the past couple days, you guys have been hearing me complain on these vlogs. I don't think I'm gonna be complaining as much today. I think I've been just bloated as shit. That being said, another thing I'm looking at, like as far as the body goes, there's definitely some more body fat we can burn. You know, I've been saying we're getting pretty cut. We are getting more cut, but there's still a lot of body fat I'd like to burn. I would say if we took all the fat off of us, we'd be like at 205, you know? So not all the fat, but where I want to be, you know what I mean? So trying to think on like how we're going to attack that over the next 2 weeks. I think just keep going. And I think once we start the quote unquote bulk, what we'll do is we'll slowly increase calories rather than just jump into like eating like 5,000 or 6,000 calories a day. Probably won't get to 6,000, but we might get up to 5,000. Just depends on how it goes. Again, I haven't bulked really ever, so this is gonna be a fun time, dude. But that being said, I want to do it in a good way. So I'm thinking that once we start the bulk, we'll probably start at about 3,000 calories the first week, and then incrementally go up maybe like 100 calories. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like 100 calories a week, just because like I'm going to use it as like a top, like I can't go past that number, right? And I'm sure I've got to get pretty close to that number as well, obviously. But that'll help make sure that like I'm building my way up to that, not just like throwing myself into that. And I think that's going to help with digestion as well. So I don't know. That's something I'm spitballing. I don't think I'll go above 3,500 until I don't know. I might even try 4,000. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's all going to just depend on how it goes. But for sure, we're going to be anywhere between a 3,000 to 4,000 range in January, for sure. So we're just going to have to see how it goes. And the main reason I want to be super critical about this is because I want to make sure that we're not gaining back a bunch of fat. You know, that's something I'm going to be very much eyeballing. And so, yeah, man, we got some work to do. But I'm feeling pretty damn focused and aligned with everything today. So let's go fucking kill this arm day. All right, well, this one's definitely one that Sam Sulek's not going to show y'all. So I'm going to be doing reverse tricep extensions with the cable. I really like these. I've been doing these for a long time. The way I was taught and the reason to do this is it does help kind of give you that horseshoe shape on the back of your arm. Not to mention it's going to help tone those triceps up. So if you're trying to get rid of that jiggle on your arm, this is going to be a really good one for you. But we're probably going to do like sets of like, you know, today's 2 days main theme is going to be setting ourselves up for like unilateral movements. So we're going to be doing these. After these, we're going to switch over to some like alternating dumbbell curls. Just because you guys know I love that one. But let's go ahead and get these in. I actually need more weight. Just did this weight. There we go. But another key with this one is, let me rephrase this. Another thing I would really try and engage with this one is try and make sure, you guys see me do this before, lean back, right? Because if you can get that elbow behind you, you know, your triceps really good. It's the same reason why you get a really good tricep pump out of doing dips. If you can get that elbow behind you, that's going to help you lock that elbow out more and extend, and you'll feel it way deeper rather than just being like right here. You know, it's going to use the full range of motion of that tricep if it's behind you, right? Because it's just how it functions. So grabbing this thing, get behind you. I like to lean, like there's usually something here you can grab. Just be careful. Don't smash your fingers on this weight. And then it's out. And that feels pretty dang deep. Not gonna lie. We're going for 12. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew. And honestly, I might go back down in weight and just try and keep that slow and controlled theme going too. But this is hopefully, you know, the theme for unilaterals. Just try and keep it to where we're balancing out a little bit. Eight. Yeah, it's a little heavy, honestly. So we'll get 2 more sets of that in. But yeah, I'm gonna drop it down. A little bit of weight here. Let me try this one again. I'm gonna really try, and this is the tempo I'm gonna try and keep for the rest of the workout, but we're gonna try and do 3 seconds on the negative and then 1 second on the way down. So right here, we'll go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Just kind of that tempo. Almost need a bigger lean. I feel it pretty good. It's just really isolated. So like, the pump feels like, you know, triceps really, it's a big muscle, but like compared to like your chest or something like that, it's harder for me to, well, I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just blabbermouthing. I don't know. I feel like somewhere in between this weight would be a really good medium. It's just the fact that I don't feel like I have much control if I go up much more weight. You know what I mean? There we go. I can't remember if I hit 10 on the other side or not. We're gonna say yes because this is the stronger tricep. So, tell you what, let's go ahead and add that 5 back. And don't worry, we do plan on doing some overhead tricep extensions as well here in a little bit after the bicep curls. So we're not done with the triceps, but we're gonna get a little bit of a break here, and then we're gonna go ahead and do another set. I think this set, I'm gonna start with my weak arm. Honestly, get as much as I can, and then do the same with the other arm. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time with this one, because again, we do a lot of triceps. Like we hit triceps when we do chest too. So again, I'm not worried about it. We'll be hitting them again in a couple days, but I do want to make sure we're trying to even them out.
We'll say 20. That was a good set, honestly. Trying to mimic like a curl on the way up, like almost flexing my bicep. It does help, especially if you can keep in your mind that like antagonizing muscle group kind of theme. Right this side. Six. Come on. 8. Okay, they're starting to feel hit. Woo. Use a little bit too much of my lats, I think, on that one. That's okay. Like I said, we're not done with them. Oh, they're getting pumped. I feel them hugging the shirt, that's for sure. All right, let me use the bathroom, and then we'll go ahead and get some alternating dumbbell curls in. Had to think about that one. I think that's a good enough angle for you guys. You guys let me know. In fact, before we even jump into this. Okay, good? We good? We good everywhere? Good. Listen, I'm telling y'all, the PTSD is real. I freaking hate it. I freaking hate it whenever I'm editing later on and I had completely forgotten to turn that on. But these are feeling good. Something I'm trying to do here is also just keep that neck forward so I can keep those traps engaged for that stability. It does feel better when I do that. Trying to focus on going down slow. That's 16. Whew. Those are kicking my butt. Burping up a bunch of shit. All right, let's get these going. Get my chest up on this one. I believe that was just 12. I don't know why I put the weight down. I wasn't thinking. We're gonna drop the weight. We're gonna drop the weight down to probably like 35s. I really want to have a lot more control over that. We're dropping down to the 35s. And really, again, I'm trying to keep these constant tensions. So when I'm up and then I switch like this, it helps me keep constant tension because neither of them are just staying still, you know? You know what, since this is the last set, I'm gonna go as much as I can. I'm not gonna count. I'm just gonna keep that tension. Okay, that's it. Oh, man. Main reason there wasn't even the biceps, it was the core. Whew, I was flexing pretty hard right there to stabilize. That's where a lot of my work needs to go into, from lower abs. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the biceps and triceps. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop you guys back out for some side raises. Okay, feeling burnt now. I went ahead and threw in like 2 extra exercises for each, like biceps and triceps. So We did some single arm overhead tricep extensions and tricep pushdowns. And we did some single arm cable curls, and then just like, double arm basic cable curls. So they're feeling pretty damn good. I still feel like I could have sent them home more, but I feel like it's going to get to a point to where like I'm just overdoing it. You know what I mean? I've been here for over an hour. Let's go ahead and go 70. So for this machine, reason I wanted to show you all this, because this exercise is actually really good for helping, build up some size in your shoulders, but also the traps. So you guys know how it's been with the traps. If you want to get a good squeeze here, keep that head forward and just think to yourself, a big tip I give to my people on this exercise, whether you're doing dumbbells or machine, is always like, think about getting your pinkies up, right? You should be trying to go out, like say we had dumbbells or something. I know it's a funky angle. Go out, but you want to get that pinky up. It's all about getting that pinky up. That's what's going to help hit that side delt and those traps, rather than just focusing a lot on those front delts, or rear delts if you're leaning too far forward. But for example, we keep good posture. So again, you lean too far forward, it's going to start kind of getting into those rear delts and traps a little bit, which the traps are supposed to get activated anyways. But keep the head down, chest up, and just don't forget to shrug your shoulders up. Kind of like when you're doing shrugs. Perfect, feels good. And I'm going to do 2 sets of 15. That is 2 sets of 15 on the rear delt raises too. So I've actually still got a lot to hit. 5 more. That's a good weight though. Yeah, I still got to hit core and what else? Oh, reverse curls. So I still got 2 exercises left for core. I'm thinking I might just go ahead and do some like, I really need to get some overhead like holds or carries in. I told you I was going to kind of get those in yesterday. I ended up just doing some crunches instead. So I think what I'm going to do here in a minute to wrap up the workout is get me a plate. I've done these before. But just get a plate, and I'm going to walk around this gym with a plate over my head. Good posture. So it's really not that bad. It's just about doing it with time, So I'll try and do it for a good 2 minutes, 2 sets of 2 minutes. It's not too shabby. All right. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys. So I am thinking about starting a podcast, because that's something I've always wanted to do. I've done it actually before, believe it or not. I've done a fitness podcast before. But I was way less experienced. Like this was probably 6 or 7 years ago when I was still doing in-person training. I mean, God, it was before I met Alex, my girlfriend. So it must have been at least 5 years ago. Oh, God, hold on. Pinkies up. One more. Yeah, I can't keep doing those. Those are getting shitty reps. I feel good though. Like I feel like we got a good solid burn out of those, but I would like to. No, they're good. They're good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these exercises in. But yeah, podcast. It's not gonna be super. Obviously, not super complicated. Like I'm not gonna have a video to it. Probably only gonna be like 10-minute videos at first, but I'd like to get like 2 out a week. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I can work on, I actually do have an idea for guests and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got some stuff I want to try and do. It just depends on how I'm going to be able to do that. But this one is something I've been kind of like thinking about for a long time, is doing, because I've always wanted to do podcasts. Like I love the idea of them. And it kind of goes in alignment with what I'm doing right now too. And I would eventually like to build that up. So like that's actually something that's in the back of my brain a lot. So we should probably start building that now. I don't know. I'm going to give you guys some more details when I'm not dealing with so much brain fog. But it is something I'm contemplating. So if you guys want to see that, drop a like, drop a comment saying, yeah, I want to see that fucking podcast, dude. And we might go ahead and make that this week, honestly. But There's a few other things I gotta get done first. But anyways, let me go ahead. No pose out today. It's just an arm day. You guys have seen plenty. But I am gonna go ahead and get in some cardio, core, wrist curls. Can't forget those. And then I'll see you guys in the car.
What up? We done. That core, dude? That freaking core, dude? That was saucy. All I did was do some overhead carries with some dumbbells, dude. And it did its job. I can feel it in my back. Like, I definitely need to make sure I'm doing some more of that. Some kind of like overhead carry, overhead hold. I think that's really, that along with the anterior pelvic tilt, that's the main stuff I need to focus on with my core. So what I think I'm gonna do is like just interchange them. So on days like today, we're gonna do standing, like carries and holds. And then on days like tomorrow, we're just gonna switch them back and forth. We're gonna do stuff like lower ab training and rectus abdominis training and really trying to focus on that. So I think that's a good game plan. Also throwing in some oblique training in there in the mix. I think we'll throw the oblique training in with the carries and stuff like that. But good game plan, good workout. We've been here for about, that was a solid like hour and a half arm day. So obviously we got that morning cardio in too. So pretty happy with it. We've got some chicken and rice at home. You know, keep it simple, stupid. And nothing too crazy. Tomorrow is leg day, so it's gonna go fucking nuts. I do plan on doing high volume heavy squats. So it's gonna be a very fun time. But I'll see you guys then. Peace.